That sounds fantastic, Candace. Thank you. Well, Guiding Light's addiction recovery program has seen a sharp uptick in demand since the beginning of this pandemic. Joining us live this morning to talk about the increase of the program that they offer is Recovery Director Brian Elf. Brian, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so can we please start off, for those people who are not familiar, can we talk about what exactly Guiding Light's recovery program is?
Well, it's a 4-month residential drug and rehab center. We're hoping that when someone comes into our program, they can kind of look at their life and the reality of where it's going and make some changes and not continue the same patterns of behavior.
How does the program typically work? You said how long it is, but how does one get enrolled in it, and then what takes place once they're part of it?
Yeah, well, they can reach out to us, either by phone or on our website, 451-0236, extension 23 is the phone number at Guiding Light. But usually men call us when there's something going on in their life. They're hurting, they're in pain, they're maybe desperate for change, maybe a lost job, a relationship, maybe they don't have a place to stay. And they're realizing if they continue down that road, they're kind of wasting their life and it's not going the direction they want. And so they call us and they, go through the intake process and come into our program. And the 4 months is what we call our foundations phase. And that's when we try to, kind of help them wake up and say to themselves, like, is this the direction I want my life to go? And they might say something like, well, I'm a really good worker, or I'm a good father, or, things like that. And we try to point out to them that maybe it's possible that what they think they are is not in reality the way they've been behaving. And we think it takes some time for men that have, been struggling with addiction to really see the reality of their life and where it's heading. And so we hope that they, can make choices that show a different way of life.
You told our teams as well that you guys have seen an uptick in people enrolling since this pandemic began. What kind of challenges are you guys seeing that the pandemic brought about for people?
Wow. Well, we know statistically that alcohol and, there's a higher rate of consumption in the state of Michigan of alcohol. We know that there's been more overdoses, due to drugs. And so we know they're out there, and we're not exactly sure why it's happening when it is. A lot of our people that come in is by word of mouth, and we think it's important to get the message out there that we're there to help those. It could be that unemployment, people are getting unemployment, maybe haven't quite had the final push to get help, but we have hired more staff. We're planning ahead for things like more spiritual directors that, are trained spiritual directors to help these men kind of walk beside them. We're kind of planning for a higher amount of men needing help.
I see. Brian, we are wrapping up on time, but quickly, if someone thinks that they know someone who could benefit from your program, how can they get in touch with you to talk about your options?
Yeah, if you know anybody, a loved one, a coworker, a family member that might be struggling or having problems with alcohol or drug addiction, please call Guiding Light at 451-0236. Look for extension 23 and just have a conversation. There's also our website, guidinglightworks.org. And again, you don't need to consider yourself an addict. It's just, is this causing some problems in my life? And is it going in a direction that I don't want to see in the future?
Important resource for people to know about. Brian, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
It is